I'm going to explain one of the most common mistakes that people fall into when it comes to selling online. And some people are even years into social media and they don't understand this fully. The first thing we need to understand is only a small percentage of our audience want to do business with us. Conservatively, let's say 1 to 3%. I know that can seem depressing, but if you grow your audience to a decent size, it's enough, trust me. And any of you that have followed me for a while will know that I have a 4-stage, 4 S's system that I utilize to get sales. And I'm going to run through it really quickly. And that 4-stage system is social media, squeeze, sell, scale. And you'll notice that I have sell down here, yet a lot of people try and sell on social media, and I think that's a big problem. For us to understand this, we first must understand how an algorithm works on social media. And very simply, it's not an algorithm that you're trying to impress, it's humans. And every social media algorithm is going to look at how humans react to your content. Asking people to save the video isn't going to score as well as hundreds and thousands of people watching it for a very long period of time, interacting with it and sending it to their friends. A side tangent is so many people try and game the system, like share this workout, save this post. And ultimately, I just think it makes you look pretty fucking beggy. So this is being incredibly conservative. Let's say the red person here is the person who's interested in buying your products. They're an ideal target customer. If you try and sell to them on social media, and maybe it's a reel that you're doing saying something like, hey guys, enrollment is now open for my 12-week challenge. So if you're looking to lose fat, build muscle, or just keep a cat, you get the idea. Let's say you do that to social media. Although this person is potentially interested, all these people are going to think to themselves, don't care, mate. And that's not because you've done a bad job on social media. It's because if you do social media right, you're not there to sell your product. You're there to solve problems. Even this video right now, I'm here to solve the problem that people have trying to sell on social media. We actually want the majority of our audience to not be buyers, which can sound really stupid. This, to me, is a perfect audience. If anything, this is far too kind. This many people not interested in buying my stuff and only one person that is. We actually need to create content with all of these people in mind. Because if we go to try and appease or sell to this person, all these people are going to signal to the algorithm that they're not interested, and instead it's going to get shown to no one. So instead, if we go back to the 4 S's, when it comes to social media, let's not sell. Let's do that further down the line. Let's use social media for what it's really good for. Let's make content that all of these people love. Because if they do, the algorithm's going to go, hey, we just showed this to this many people and they loved it. So let's show it to a wider audience of people. And in that wider audience, we're probably going to find more people that are right for our product or service that we're selling. So when we're in that first stage of socials, let's not try and sell to people. Instead, let's try and make content that people can resonate with, even if they're not right for our business model. It is only by appealing to a mass audience, it's only by appealing to the majority of people that watch your content that you can go far and wide enough to find other people that could be right for you. This is why every time you try and promote an offer on your social media, it falls flat on its face. Because ultimately, the majority of people just aren't interested. And that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. So the next stage you need to look at is the squeeze. We need to come up with something that all of these people would be interested in. And we even want to appease the people that are never going to buy our stuff. Let's say this is Dave. And Dave says to me, mate, I am never going to buy your business mentorship. I actually want to be in Dave's good books because he might know people that are right. Or better yet, if he's a happy person watching content, he might have an average view duration of all my videos of 90%. And what does that mean? That because of Dave's behaviors, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok or whatever, are going to find more Daves. And within the more Daves, there could be someone who is actually right for this. So we need to look at this and think to ourselves, okay, what is it that all of these people could be interested in? And this is where you create a lead magnet that benefits everyone. This is where we want to squeeze people. We want to squeeze the information from them. Now, again, you could fall into the trap of trying to make this too specific, but ultimately, once you've got their data, things can change. So for instance, the reason that I got 3 #1 best-selling books was because I had a big email list. When I told HarperCollins that I had 300,000 people on my email list, they're like, let's write a book. And you've probably heard of Newtonic before. We've just done over $1 million in revenue for the 2nd month in a row, a lot of which have come from emailing people. And the origin of where I got the email from was probably my PT business or probably even a book. So the reason that I say to, again, get all of these people's data is you're probably going to even find some people that aren't right for what you're selling now, but could be right for what you're selling in a few years. I like to remind people that in 2016, if you told me in 2017 I'd have one of the world's largest online coaching businesses, I wouldn't have believed you. If you'd said in 2019 I'd be getting a book deal from HarperCollins, I wouldn't have believed you. If you told me that in 2021 I was going to hit 1 million followers on social media, I wouldn't have believed you. It's only looking back that things make sense. And for some of you here watching this, you might have gone, oh yeah, it always seemed like James was going to potentially do this. Well, it didn't to me. So again, we've grown this audience of people that don't care, people that might, and people that might in the future. We want to now almost chuck a net on these people and try to capture them. That's where this squeeze comes in. So you create something called a lead magnet. Now the lead magnets online, so you're using ManyChat on social media or the links in the description below. And it's through making videos quite generic to larger audiences with the majority of people that don't want to do business with me, I can get people onto my lead magnets. To me then, selling must occur on email. One of the benefits I told you about was last week I was pretty ill. I even had to push back a webinar because of how ill I was. But I churned out emails every single day. And this month, December, after Black Friday, you usually anticipate that your revenue is going to crash through the floor. And we had probably like our fourth or fifth biggest month ever. And it was because I wrote about 12 emails out and you all have got the automations coming through. And the thing is, when you make the emails good enough, they might be funny, informative, storytelling. Any of you that have signed up to my big email list will even know the origin as to why I shaved my head. And those of you that just heard that and don't get my emails have probably just got a little bit of FOMO, thinking, oh, maybe I should be on his email list so I could find out. And it's only when you email people, sometimes they'll read emails for weeks, months, sometimes even years, and they turn into people that actually want your stuff. Call this Pen's had better days, doesn't it? I'll even explain to you in action where this really benefited me recently. Let's start with socials. We don't need to talk about scale that much in today's video. So I'm doing a webinar on the 4th of January. If you want to come to that, there's going to be a link in the description. And what I just did there was I used socials to give you a squeeze. And out of that, we'll probably get some of you signing up to that webinar. But about 2 weeks ago, I went out on social media with organic and paid. And I'm not going to lie to you, we spent about $9,000 on ads. And we got 5,000 email addresses. Out of those 5,000, just over 1,000 people turned up for the webinar. In retrospect, a lot of people watched it another time that could be convenient to them. And on the day, I did the webinar up here, it was just over 2 hours. I gave people an offer and we did $24,000 in business, which is quite a healthy, nearly 5 return on investment, which is nice, but the main play was how we turned it into a squeeze. So on the day, we had that. But what we did was we took the rest of those people and put them into an email automation. We then gave them an offer, and that month was 380K. So just getting the emails and sending the offer alone was enough to make that investment worth it. But when you put them into a squeeze, put them through some email automations, that offer took over 20 days to convert. If I had just tried to do all of this up here on socials and I just sold to them in a webinar or a live stream, I wouldn't have been able to re-engage them and get them to buy. Now, from the stream, from the emails. From the stream, from the emails. Now, one of the biggest key factors to all of this making sense is when people are ready to buy. So for instance, it's 10:38 a.m. I'm about to walk from here to Jiu-Jitsu. If I see your offer for something, even if I want it, I'm on the way to Jiu-Jitsu, I'm on my phone. I also am from an age demographic where I don't buy things on my phone. If I need to book flights, I get my laptop out. If I need to pay invoices, I get my laptop out. If I need to do anything, I get my laptop out. In fact, I've only ever bought one thing in my life from Instagram, and it was that thing there. I don't know why I saw it on an ad and I thought it looked kind of cool. And because my dials are yellow as well, I thought, I'm going to get that. And now when my son gets in, my 1.5-year-old son, he loves just twisting that knob. And to me, it was worth it because of that. That's the only thing I've ever bought from Instagram. And it was like 10, 15 pounds. So even right now, this video that you're watching, we're in the socials component. Let's say we get 5,000 views on this video. Maybe we get 500 emails, maybe 10 sales, 20 grand of business. But then out of those emails, I might start selling you other things. But ultimately, all the time that I've got in front of you on YouTube, on social media, I'm not going to sell to you, I'm going to solve to you. I'm going to solve your problems. It's the best use of time that I could ever use in this few minutes that you've just given me. And out of all those opportunities to try and get something from you, I'm not asking for your money, I'm just asking for your email address. That to me could be wrong, but it's got 130,000 people onto my training app. And keep in mind, the other people that do what I do for business, like teaching people how to make more money, they never really had profitable fitness businesses. Then the books. Books are hard to sell. My royalty is like £1 a book. Got the accolade 3 times, Sunday Times #1 best-selling author. Not just best-selling author, there's people out there telling you they're a best-selling author. They came 9th, mate. They came 9th in the Sunday Times chart and they're showing off about it. I wouldn't. Then this business, I do the exact same method right there. And Newtonic. You ever notice that we run some promotions where we literally don't even make our money back? So why would a business sell a bundle at a loss so we can get your email address? Because considering 55% of orders order again, the people that don't order again, we can just email. And we can email them other products. Hey, do you want to try creatine? Hey, do you want to try Focus Blend? Whatever it is. The email is the missing link in so many of your kind of funnels. And the crazy thing here is, if you now start selling less on social media, you can start to make more sales. Crazy. Now, nothing that I've told you today is really going to make sense if you haven't already established a very powerful personal brand. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to link you to a video here. Just start watching it now. Just get comfortable. Just watch the first 10 minutes. Because when you learn how to build a personal brand, all of this becomes 10 times easier. Thanks for watching.